What's up, Geminis? How are y'all doing? I hope that all of you who have Gemini placements, sun, moon, rising, and other areas in your chart are getting to watch this video so that you can either round out your knowledge from all of the other places in your astrology chart, or that if you're a Gemini and you identify as a Gemini and that's your sun, that you're getting to have this little moment of reflection on a big moment right now, that you get the opportunity to change and shift and get to where you really want to be. So, welcome. I know that welcome doesn't have an H in it, but I wanted to put it there. Okay, so we are going to be doing a spread that I call the Start, Stop, Continue, or the Mountain, and it's inspired by this professional development practice that I learned at a job that I did. And I converted it into like a personal growth practice so that it's not just thoughts, actions, behaviors, beliefs, habits that you need to start doing more of, stop doing because they're not helping, continue doing because great job. But also, I have added an obstacle section and kind of like the thing that's blocking you. Because I feel like we often need help with our blind spots, and I would really love to just get all this information from the universe, from soul, source of abundant love, from God, from wherever you get your information, from wherever you get your capital K knowledge and that understanding, wherever you get it from. I just would love to like put it in places and in ways, strategize a little bit so that we can make everything clear and confirm what it is that you've already been thinking and maybe need to just hear somebody else say, so that you can go, it's time. It's time for me to take action, right? So we've got our Start, Stop, Continue reading here with the obstacle in the middle, and I will show you the cards that we're going to be working with today. First off, we have Voyager Tarot. This is an intuitive deck that has, as you can see, collages. So we're going to be looking at these very intuitive, interpretive cards, as well as Mood Tarot, which is a disgustingly relatable tarot deck. Very silly, and I'm so excited for all my Geminis to get to experience this disgusting relatability and silliness, because y'all are some of my favoriteest, silliest people. So, not that I'm playing favorites, but I kind of am. So, we have first up, we have your continue cards. This is essentially your cheering section, and it's the place where the universe is like, way to go, champ. You're already doing a great job in this area, so keep going, right? First up, we've got Homer right here. Hi, homie. Scratch, 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 scratch. First up, we've got the Man of Cups card, the Surfer card. Now, this reading that I'm looking at right now is very distinct in that we have cups, which are emotional and emotion-driven energies. We have crystals in another section, and then we have worlds, which is pentacles or coins in traditional tarot, in another section. So this is to say that we've strategized well in terms of getting all of these energies very clarified for you. And for us to start off with, the continue section wants you to know that you have been doing a great job at really taking ownership of the emotional energy that you've been riding on. I know that it's so hard for air signs, for Geminis especially, not to just intellectualize how you feel. But, you know, with the Man of Cups, there might still be some level of like rationalization of emotions. However, I'm really getting the sense that y'all have put in the work to drink from like the cup of your emotions, and to continue taking it sort of like a bitter medicine, like really allowing yourself to feel it really coursing through your entire body, as in you are not just thinking about how you're feeling, you are embodying how you are feeling. And that is such chef's kiss. And we love that for you, because in your stop cards are the head and the mental energy um, cards here. So we've got the Two of Crystals as well as the Four of Crystals. We've got the Logic and the Equanimity cards. Okay. So what I'm getting from these is, because these are in your stop position, I'm really getting this story of like you knowing and understanding that you're in your own head a lot, and then you're really trying to come from a logical place. That's why this is the Logic card. Coming from a logical place to solve all your problems, or to even create problems where there are none. I'm sorry to say it, but it's true. Sometimes you just look at something and you're like, what needs solving here, or what needs to be better here. And in reality, you're kind of losing sight and losing track of the beauty of how things actually are when you just let them be, when you let them exist exactly as they are, instead of trying to scope out how they could be better or what their flaws are. Let go of those things, because the the approach that you take to everything outside of you is often reflective of how you approach yourself and how you speak to and handle everything inside of you. So if you're like trying to logicize everything, and you're trying to really pinpoint like and make decisions on, and like make judgments toward uh, how everything fits into the world, and categorizing everything, then on the inside, you are also categorizing how you feel. You are logicizing your relationships. You're like putting a lot of intellectual energy into things that are actually social, or actually emotional, or actually energetic. And when you do that, you are stopping yourself from actually getting to appreciate things for what they are. Because what you're doing is you're relying on appearances. You're relying on oftentimes external circumstances that tell you how something is and makes you jump into action. And I see that in your blockage. I see that in your obstacle cards. Okay. We've got finally the Mood Tarot showed its face. We've got the Chat of Dixticks, which is the Knight of Wands. I'll let you read that there real quick. And then we also have the Yas card, which is the Star card in the major arcana of traditional tarot. So the thing that I'm getting from both of these is that there is a great care made to appearances and how things look on the outside. So while I know that a lot of my Geminis, and I am a Mars in Gemini, so I understand this very well. I know that a lot of my Geminis out there and people with Gemini placements have a performative quality to them, and often assume that other people might be performing certain qualities or performing on behalf of, and will like make up stories for them and try to logicize, rationalize, understand, and everything that's happening in our relationships, in our socio-emotionally intelligent encounters, is happening up here. And it hasn't quite been hitting. It hasn't quite been sitting, sitting and dropping down into the place where we can step back from what we think we're seeing and start to take action in the world, in the material world, with the intention to love things as they are. And I know this because, and this message is reflected in your start cards. We've got the Three of Worlds here, the nurturing card, and we have the Man of Worlds. So we have the mirror from the continue card that was the Man of Cups, the surfer. And we have that mirrored in the Achiever, the Man of Worlds, in your start position. So while you've been doing a great job at connecting more with your own emotions and getting in there, we also need you to start seeing that quality and start approaching with that quality, with that socio-emotionally intelligent quality, that kind of intelligence, not this kind of intelligence, but this kind of intelligence. We need you to start approaching your relationships and everything in your material world, everything outside of you that still affects you, with that quality. Because if you are out here looking at everything you do as like, I'm doing all of this so that I can get famous, or I'm doing all of this so that I can change how this other person seems to think about me. If you are using the logic that you've created about somebody or about how to do something, how to strategize effectively to get the result that you want, and you've done it from this place, you've done it from this very logical place that is often mired in an internal battle where you can overthink it and never really be sure whether or not what you're settled on and what you're trying to, the place that you're coming from is the most honest or not. What we want you to start doing is coming from that three place. Three is associated with harmony. And that's why this is the nurturing card, because creating harmony in your environment and creating harmony in your relationships and in the world outside of you that is still affecting you and affected by you needs you to come from that surfer place, needs you to come from that super deliciously wet emotional place, so that you are growing from all of the embodied experiences that you have, instead of growing into a person who is really just like reacting and responding to the stories that you're making up in your head all the time. Because it's exhausting. Overthinking is exhausting, and honestly, if you're not sure whether or not you're overthinking, it's an opportunity for you to step back and just not think at all. Just whenever you start to get into uh, oh, this person must be blah blah blah, or you know how you'll take something that somebody said to you in the past, or a situation that you want to confront with somebody, and you'll start playing out an imaginary conversation in your head. That's overthinking. That is you deciding how the story goes before other people even get a chance to feel nurtured by you and feel nurtured by the opening of you creating an opportunity for them to show you who they really are and what they really want. Because from that place, then you both get to connect more deeply, more transparently, more vulnerably. And that's a beautiful place to be. That's a beautiful place to come from. When you're connecting with people from that sort of like, I've already decided how this is going to go, or I've already decided how I feel about you, or I've already decided what I think about you sort of place. And it's coming from this trust in um, reading, judging a book by its cover, essentially. Then when you are confronting something with somebody, it's not coming from a place of connection. It's coming from a place uh, of conflict with the story that they're telling themselves and the story that you're telling yourself. And then neither of you are listening to each other. And there's not actually communicating happening. There's just control. There's just the effort and the endeavor to control. And we don't love that. We don't love manipulation in the new world that we're all trying to create together. We would prefer that there is some level of influence happening, which means that you are paying attention to what people say that they desire. And whether naively or not, you are trusting them when they say things. That doesn't mean that you don't have your discernment as a filter. It just means that you're not judging. Discernment is recognizing patterns. Judgment is not giving people the opportunity to change before your eyes. So try to think of discernment and judgment as things that you want to start to like pull apart from each other and understand them better, so that you can start to understand connection and control better and how they show up in your relationships, right? If you feel like there's any part of this that you're like, ooh, that tickled something, and I want to know more about this, you can book a private reading with me in one of the links below. And I also have a link to my Patreon below. For $5 a month, you can support all of the free card readings that I do here on YouTube, as well as you will be entered every month for a chance to win a free reading. So I do a raffle every single month for free readings. And if you would like to be a part of that, now is a great time to join, because there's not a lot of people in there. And if you're just spending $5 a month to hopefully get a free reading, that is a $74 or $128 value reading for an hour to 2 hours with me. So if that's something that you would like, would love for you to click on those links and check that out, as well as to subscribe. I'm going to be doing these readings every month. So I would love for you to just come tune in, as well as check out all of the other reading videos. They're 20 minutes or less. They're like between 15 and 20 minutes, so that you can, in the course of an hour, watch your sun, moon, and rising videos, or any other videos that you feel like you want to connect with. And that way you can build like a holistic picture of how to approach the energies that are here for you right now, right? I believe in you. I love you so much. You're deserving of all the love you desire. And I hope you have a beautiful, wonderful rest of your day. Peace out. Come scout.